Greetings! Hey everybody! It's Helen Hartsmith here again with
Kathy.
And here we are with episode 4. No, it's 500. We're starting the 5th season of the Heart of the Witch's Path podcast. Welcome!
And it's only February.
Hey, it's been a rough damn winter.
Yeah.
I mean, I shouldn't curse. They're starting to take things down off the YouTube now.
Well, let's avoid the F and the S word. And
and we should be okay. So I'm super geeked. Like, I'm trying not to be nervous. Like, I've been fine, but anyhow, ConVocation's coming up.
Right.
Jeez, my mind is so scattered, guys.
You didn't even say what the topic was for this.
I know.
Episode. So let's back up here.
Yeah.
Let's do this first. Are you ready?
Yeah. What is it? What's going on? It's time for the correspondence of the week. Kathy, what the heck is our correspondence for this episode?
Correspondence for this episode is a skeleton key.
Why? Whatever would we use a skeleton key for?
Honey, we would use it for lots and lots of reasons.
Ooh, do tell.
So a skeleton key has the ability to open doors and allow passage into places that exist behind locked doors. But it also gives you the ability to lock doors, to protect things and secrets.
I like it.
So it represents knowledge and access. Gaining access and setting boundaries. And there's lots of things that you can use it for. You can use it in divination as the passageway in. Mm-hmm. The holder of a key is allowed access to all that is unseen. Mm-hmm. It can be used as a symbol for a sealed or locked away secret, for maybe in an obscuration spell. Mm-hmm. It can be used as a talisman in a protection spell. It can be hung in doorways of your home for protection. It removes blocks, opens roads, and calls spirits.
Whoa.
And I usually use it when I'm looking for a job.
Hey, that's good. That's a good thing. Cool.
Hi, Nala.
Nala's here.
How you doing?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Kitty, kitty.
So that has a purpose,
right,
for the topic, but that was our correspondence of the week. All right. So this week's episode, we wanted to talk about what we're looking forward to because
ConVocation is coming up.
It's coming up.
A week away.
It's a week away. This time next week, we will be sitting in our hotel room.
Well, I hope this time next week we will be in a class.
Right, yeah, it's a class. Yeah, I was thinking it was yesterday.
No.
Pounding head, guys. So if I don't make sense or stutter or then you know why. Pounding headache, third day in a row. So, yeah. So what we wanted to do with this episode is we like to share coming up what we're looking forward to for ConVocation, and kind of share some of our experiences, what we like to do and things like that. We talk about ConVocation all the time, so let's give like the briefest of explanations here, and then we can link other videos and podcasts where we talk about it. But so what is ConVocation?
ConVocation is 4 days, the last weekend in February, in Dearborn, Michigan, where we take over the entire hotel.
And who's we?
Pagans of every flavor.
Yes.
Where we take over the hotel and we have classes and rituals and vendors and art room and community with other like-minded individuals.
Indeed. It is really an amazing time. It's essentially, a weekend conference. We hear that kind of term a lot in, with other folks talking about like their job, perhaps. They go to a weekend conference. This is the same kind of thing. It just happens to be, paganism,
Yes.
spiritualist in subject matter. So we've been going for
How old is Crystal's kid?
Lance.
Yeah, that one.
Is 13, 14.
No.
Yes.
I think he's 15.
Oh, so you were going higher. I thought for sure
he's a little bit younger than Alyssa. And Alyssa's 16.
Oh, my Lance. So we've been going for a long time.
Long time.
Mm-hmm. So it's a really great weekend if you can afford it. It's not cheap.
It's not
but
that expensive either. It's not like going to PantheaCon.
Right. It's not like going to PantheaCon. So it's pretty affordable. It's not cheap, but it's not super expensive either.
Right. So the rooms are a little over $100 a night, but you
Right.
gotta book for all 4 nights or all 3 nights.
Right. To get that rate.
And then if you pre-order your ticket, it's $75. 70 for the entire weekend, and that gets you to all of the classes.
Yep, that gets
the
you
vendor
access.
room, the art room, the masquerade ball,
Right.
everything.
Yeah. They do karaoke one night. They've had, I don't think they're doing any drum circles.
No.
I don't think they're doing any drum circles this year, but there have been drum circles in the past, things like that.
I think they
So,
are. I think they are.
somebody asked a question on the Facebook page, and I saw no.
Oh, so there's a Facebook page for ConVocation, and there's also a Facebook page for the event.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and post a link. I mean, if you're not in the, Michigan area, it might be a little late for you to make plans, but maybe this is something that you are interested in looking at in the future.
Right.
We totally always encourage folks to let us know if they're going. If you watch the channel or what have you. We've actually met quite a few people
who watch the channel.
Right. So that's kind of cool. And so we love to have folks say hi.
Right.
And maybe have dinner with us or something
Sit
like
down
that.
and have a conversation.
Yeah, have a cup of coffee or what have you.
Or tea.
So anyhow, this particular video, we wanted to talk about some things that we're looking forward to this year.
Right.
At ConVocation.
Aside from sharing a hotel room for 3 nights and having, how many rooms do we have? 6?
For our coven.
Group. Well, it's more than our coven.
Right.
But
it's mostly our coven. But our first year students are coming this year as well. So we have 6 rooms of people that will be part of our group.
And 2 to 3 to a room.
Right.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too.
I'm very excited.
Yeah. So what's something that you're interested in? So when we talk about this, we might talk about a specific class that we're interested in. We might talk about, people or, what have you. So what are you interested in experiencing this year?
So first of all, I have a super hard time limiting it to 5. I really. I can tell you 5 classes with a bonus one.
Okay.
So that's 6. And then I have a lot of other things I look forward to too.
Okay. So why don't you just start with, I don't care.
Start with one of my classes?
Sure.
Well, there's this new teacher who's teaching. She's teaching a class about working with spirit guides in Chesed. Chesed. It's Chesed.
You have to pronounce it with the Hebrew pronunciation.
It's like,
no, it's not a hiss. It's guttural. It's chesed. Yes. That is the Hebrew pronunciation for chesed.
Chesed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know that teacher who's teaching that class?
As I look at you blankly, no. Obviously, the hint stick that you hit me with was not large enough.
Here, let me see this tail.
So I will be teaching for the first time at ConVocation this year. That's one of the things that I'm looking forward to because it's actually a solo venture for me. in terms of teaching. Usually Kathy and I are kind of connected at the hip with some of these things. And so I decided to, you know, scare myself a little bit.
You'll be fine.
And do it on my own. And so, yeah, I am doing a class. So ConVocation, they pick the ConVocation board. They have a theme for each year. And so when we first started going, they were running through the major arcana of the tarot deck. And when they finished up with that, so that it's one card every year. So now they're working their way through the tree of life. So we're going through the spheres of the tree. And so this year, the theme, it has to do with chesed. And chesed is the sphere of mercy. And so the theme for this year is personal growth through intentional kindness. So the class that I'm going to be teaching centers around the spirit guides that are associated with the sphere of Hesed. Chesed. So that's what I'm going to be teaching.
Hey, look, we covered one for you and one for me.
In one fell swoop. Yay!
In one fell swoop. Right. So another one that I'm looking forward to, and I do have the speaker, is not one of the featured or honored speakers, which is surprising because I usually stick to those, but this class is entitled Superheroes, Modern Myth and Magic.
You are very much into the pop culture stuff. So that I'm not surprised that spoke to you.
So the speaker will explore the ways in which superheroes have changed our worlds, ourselves, and forged secular American values into resonant living mythology.
That's cool.
And the speaker is Shane Wheeler.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to a class by someone that we've talked about before. Elisheva Nashir.
She's so awesome.
She's so amazing. She is
so good.
She's so good. Like, I just can't even say it enough. She's so good.
She is a Hebrew reconstructionalist.
Yes. And so she's from Galilee. She grew up in Israel. She and as someone who grew up in Israel, she did her necessary time in the army. Mm-hmm. And this woman is not 5 feet tall.
No,
I don't think.
No, I think she might be 5'1".
Or not. If she's 5 feet tall, she's not much past it. And she's probably what, in her 60s?
Yeah, easy.
She's so knowledgeable though.
Oh, she is.
It's crazy good. I went to a couple of her classes the first year because I want to say this is like the third year.
This is her third year because I've hit her every year. I've gotten
I think
her
I have
classes
too.
every year.
Yeah, and so so she's teaching a class called The Meaning of Chesed, a history. And so since the Tree of Life is all based on Hebrew mysticism, and the fact that that is how she was brought up, I'm very interested on her perspective on the history of Chesed, coming from, you know, a more direct background. I mean, my teacher was, you know, he made sure he was well learned in those types of things. But I'm looking to see if there's going to be differences, similarities, what have you. And I'm really glad that that class takes place before mine. So that's a Thursday at 8:30. So hopefully we're back from Red Robin by then.
Well, because you just make sure we are.
Yeah, because usually we go, everybody gets there Thursday. We go have dinner out.
Right.
At Red Robin. So hopefully we're back in time. But yeah, she's so cool. And she still has the accent because I don't remember how long she's been.
She's lived in America for a long time.
Yeah, for a number of years. But she still has that accent that is very distinctive to that region, and I am fascinated listening to her speak.
Yeah. She's so knowledgeable.
She could read a phone book, and I would just be like, yes, please.
Yeah,
wiping drool. I mean, I don't know what it is. But
she is good.
I'm really looking forward to that class.
I'm not counting this one of my 5. I'm looking forward to all of her classes, and I don't know how many I'll be able to hit, but I'm going to hit as many as I can just because she's that good.
Yes.
Yes. But I'm not
At least
counting
Shayna, I didn't know if you had moved on to somebody else.
Nope.
You got the blank look. Sorry.
No, I'm just not counting it as my 5, but
That's
I'm
cool.
looking forward to her too.
That's cool.
So, my next one is also from not a featured or honored guest. Life's Last Transition, Care and Rituals for the Dying.
Oh.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
It really does. So, so it talks about how, so death used to be a lot more immediate and personal to everyone because they would bring the bodies home and take care of them.
Right. There wasn't such a thing as a funeral home.
Or the funeral home would
the
do
parlor was.
The funeral home would do the embalming and then they would bring the body home. My mom talked about when her brother died, that's what happened with him. He was quite young. She was quite young. And they brought the body home and laid him out in the dining room.
Okay.
And he was there for the 3 days.
Uh-huh.
And somebody stayed up and watched, the sad, what's the word I'm looking for?
Watch the,
the wake.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, so this part that is part of it talks about that. And he's going to talk about helping families care for their loved ones through the dying process, what the dying process entails, and also how to create specialized rituals for the transition period. Talk about home funerals and green burials.
Oh, cool.
It's Raven Spirit Dancer.
Oh, cool.
Is the teacher. I'm not familiar with this person.
Might be a first timer or something like that.
I don't know. But that seems like it's going to be really interesting. So
yeah, I might have to check that out too.
Yeah, I don't know if I will be able to. I'm going to kind of play it by ear. Maybe I'll sit in the back in case I got to leave.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my, I don't know, second or third. What did I say?
I think maybe, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so the next thing I'm excited for is I'm always excited for ConVocation to spend more time with my Coven sisters. We always, in the evenings and stuff like that, we always, make sure that we have fun together and stuff like that. So not to downplay that, but I'm really geeked because the roomie and our friend Lee, they're coming down for the day on the day that I teach. And so these two ladies, they do not identify as pagan. I think I keep, luring them with lemonade.
Come over here. We have cookies.
Right. And Lee is definitely into stones and things like that. But they're essentially coming to check things out. And they want to support me and be at my class when I teach for the first time at Con. And so I appreciate that that support. That means oodles and oodles and oodles to me. So yeah, it's like having extra people in my corner. I'm already going to have lots of people in my corner, but yeah, that's kind of cool too. So,
yep.
Yeah, that's it.
So my next one is a Jackie Smith class. And no, it's not What's My Spell, although that's also on my list.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
She is doing a discussion about ethics in spiritual leadership.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So,
I have not completely dissected the schedule,
yeah.
so.
What code of ethics do we live by? How do we manage them in challenging situations? Do we have a responsibility to do good and avoid harm in an ever-growing way of others? There's a lot. I'm anticipating this being interesting. And a couple of weeks ago, she put out a call on her Facebook page for ethical dilemma situations. Mm-hmm. Apparently she was at that time writing. So, and there was a lot of different things that were mentioned that people posted on that. So I think it'll be a very interesting discussion and I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome.
Yes.
Very cool. I I don't know if this will follow through or not, but I feel like this year, and maybe it's because I'm teaching for the first time, but I feel like I want to try to have a different con experience this year. Like, I want to go to classes that I may have avoided, because in the past, what I tend to do is I tend to go to the classes of like maybe the special guests. And I usually go to all of Jackie's classes and stuff like that. And while I'm not saying that they're not good classes necessarily or anything like that, but I feel like by making those kinds of choices, I'm maybe missing out. Right. On information or, you know, a special teacher that might be somebody that's a little bit more local. So,
right. Because there are people out there who, like you, who are not the featured or special presenters.
Right.
Who still have a lot of information to share. And if we don't support those people, then...
Exactly. And so as I was scanning through the schedule, because like I said, I didn't like pick apart the schedule and read everything. But as I was going through this schedule, my eyes fell on this class. And the class is called Oreos and a Glass of Wine. I'm not an Oreo fan.
I am. You can give me your Oreos. You can take the wine.
But I like the wine. And so it's a pagan's guide to aftercare. And so it talks about, you know, are you exhausted by your spell casting? Does the thought of another coven meeting have you swearing internally? Do you cringe at the thought of writing in your own book of shadows? The real question, are you taking care of yourself? Part of being a responsible practitioner is knowing when to say, I need a break. Come sit and discuss how we can better take care of ourselves in the mundane world as well as the spiritual. And I have recently purchased a book about witchy self-care. And so I read things that were like in my mind.
Right. Things you've been thinking about, because you've been talking about that.
Yeah.
For the last few months.
So I'm...
why you gotta be bad kitty?
And so that's one that I will hopefully take a look at. You know.
Because it's at the same time as another one you want to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's interesting, and I might just... So essentially, I'm looking for stuff that I might not necessarily have looked at before. And you know what? I might hit a dud class that way.
Right.
But at least I put myself out there.
Right. That's true.
And I didn't, you know, go sit in the lobby or, you know, go sit in the room or whatever.
Right.
So...
Because we're given an opportunity to learn here.
Right.
And it's not an opportunity that comes along every day. I mean, obviously going to every class, every ritual, everything can tire you out. But when are you going to have this opportunity again? Well, next February.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I mean, it's not like it's a total loss. I mean, if, you know, by some whatever, I find myself in a room that's a dud class, well then, what else was there? Like, what was my takeaway?
Right. What did you come there to learn?
Exactly.
What are you going to take out of that?
Yeah, and that's when you look for, okay, well, what else was there?
Right.
So, yeah.
I think I'm on my bonus.
Okay.
I don't know. How many have you gone through your
I got one more.
Okay, so it's not my bonus. All right. So, another class that's not a featured performer. Well, kindness with teeth.
Okay.
Many people seem to equate kindness with weakness, mistaking gentleness for lack of passion or soul fire. Many people regard courtesy as vulnerability, compassion as fragility, and understanding is considered a flaw. So this is a discussion of Celtic and Nordic mythology and an examination of karma, which that last sentence doesn't really fit with the rest of it. But yeah, it looked interesting. Again, I don't know how to pronounce this. TH''elf. The elf.
The elf?
The elf.
Interesting. Okay.
And I don't know if I'll hit that one because there's a couple of other things that look good that time period too. But that one caught my eye.
Interesting.
And you know, we get down there and we hold the book in our hand
and
we
things
change our
change
mind 15 times,
right?
And then we don't actually make a decision until it's time for class,
right? And actually, that's why I don't do a lot of looking on the site. I wait until I get there with the book in hand and see what I see. Okay, so the last thing that I was thinking about is rituals, and this kind of goes along with me wanting to make this a different kind of convocation for myself. We always talk about going to rituals, but we never seem to make them.
We make some of them.
But
not like we used to.
Right. Not every, I don't think we've gone to a ritual in the evening in the last 5 years.
A couple of years, yeah, at least.
So.
Not since the last time Christopher Penzak was there, I think.
Right.
Yeah, been 3 years.
And that would have been like the first or second year in the hotel, in the new hotel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's some pretty interesting looking nighttime rituals that I want to check out.
Right.
So, yeah. Again, it's about making it a different kind of experience. What new things can I do? Listen, you are clicking on stuff.
Nala. You do not need to claim the mouse, really.
So yeah, what else you got then? Is that everything? Or?
Well, I had my bonus.
Uh-huh.
It's the What's My Spell class for Jackie Smith.
Yep.
So, for those of you who didn't listen to last year's, oh my God, we're having so much fun at ConVocation podcast. What she does is she has a table with anything and everything that you can imagine and gives you a spell to write or a situation and says, here, go do it. Take whatever you want and then tell the class what you're doing with it and why. And it was so much fun last year.
It was a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to drag Michelle to it because I think she needs that spontaneity.
Didn't she go to it last year?
I don't remember. Mackenzie did, but I don't know if Michelle did.
Yeah.
Because
I know that many of us from the Coven were there, so.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
What night is that?
I don't know.
Oh,
wait,
okay.
it's on here. Friday.
Friday night.
4 to 5:30.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's like prime eating hour. Oh no.
No, we
afterward.
Eat after that one.
Friday. I was thinking Thursday again.
Yeah.
Because I want us to be back in time on Thursday.
Isn't Friday the one that we have pizza?
Yeah, so usually our dinners go like this. Thursday night, Thursday night we do Red Robin. Friday night we order pizza or Chinese. Saturday night we eat at the hotel.
Oh, yeah, we eat
at the hotel. Right. And then when we have lunch at
Chili's.
No.
Or some other place.
No, Olive Garden on the way out of town.
We did it at Chili's quite a bit. I think we switched to Olive Garden.
Yeah, because there's nothing for me to eat at Chili's.
Right. So. But we usually stop somewhere.
Yeah, we have, and that's like a lunch.
The one year we stopped at the Rock Place, and we ate at that one little
Earth Lore, the burger shop.
The burger shop, yeah. And I don't even know what town that's in. But
Plymouth.
It's sort of not really on the way home, but kind of on the way home.
It's further south.
Yeah.
It's a loopy way home.
Yeah.
Michelle heard about that place.
Yeah.
She's interested.
That's nice.
Yeah. Because we don't spend enough money at ConVocation. Let's go to Earth Lore and buy more rocks.
Yeah, let's go to Earth Lore. Mm-hmm.
But honestly, Earth Lore has amazing prices.
Yeah.
So
no, you don't need my tea.
But
Stop it.
That's a whole other podcast. So let's wrap this one up before we start.
Right. So when are you going to post this?
I will probably post this by Monday next week.
The Monday before ConVocation.
Yeah, the Monday before ConVocation.
Alrighty then.
If not before.
Yeah, you could go home and do
it. But I could.
Or except your head is pounding.
Yeah. So that's going to be it. I will put links below for ConVocation and for any other podcast or video. We normally record things as we're there. We do like a beginning of day and end of day videos, and I splice them all together after we're back. So look forward to that sometime in the.
I think this
following
year
week.
we need to do some Facebook Live.
That would be cool because now that we've got
Now we have Facebook page.
the Facebook page, that would be cool, and that might eliminate the need
splicing.
to do that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah,
idea.
that's kind of a nifty idea. I don't keep that footage though. I don't think. So it would be posted to the page.
Yeah, but it'd be on the page.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're interested in us doing the Facebook Live, let us know.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of thinking out loud and trying to wrap this podcast up at the same time.
All right, so if you haven't already,
hit the like button if you liked this.
Yeah.
And if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. There's all kinds of links in the description box for social media, including Kathy's Instagram, which has been added to videos and blog posts.
Yes, and I'll be posting pictures of my kitchen as we destroy it and put it back together again. So if you want to see that.
Home reno. So, all right. So that's it for this podcast. Thank you for listening. And
email.
It's in the
it's all
in the description box.
Okay.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So that's it. Thank you for walking the path for a little while with us. And until next time, blessed be.